Hey, hey! Spear here!
Right side on the restart.
Thank you.
The road is closed.
We're at Watkins Glen! iRacing! And we are car number 10, starting in P13 on the 7th row. Now we've got a rolling start, so don't worry about that. We've got a whole pace lap to go. So, you know, we're trying to be safe this race. Our last few races have not been as safe as they could be. It's a small field today, only 14 cars. So I mean, one of them just blinked out. The guy next to me is not even moving, so I don't know what's going on. This is gonna be something. All right. Again, we've got this whole pace lap. I don't know what happened to that guy, but he completely disappeared. So I'm a little concerned about that. That P12, I don't know what happened. He hasn't reappeared yet. We've got the whole pace lap. I'm not rushing to get near these guys because things happen. Now the person who's starting 14th and next to me on the grid, actually he'll probably move up a spot now that P12 disappeared. He tried to qualify but was unsuccessful in setting a clean lap. So that's concerning, to say the least. This is a 2-stop race. It's a very long. It's a fairly long race. It's 2 stops. So we'll see how that's going to pan out. But again, we're focused mostly on safety. We don't want things to happen. Things might happen. Things have happened a lot lately. You know. So we're working on safety. From the times I've seen, this is not going to be the kind of race where Spear is at his best. It doesn't appear that my times are going to be particularly competitive. However, I feel there may be some argy-bargy in this race. So we may be able to get a good result here. Why is this guy not... See, he's hanging back so far. I'm afraid to get next to him. So I don't know what to do. Okay, so we've got our strategy. Oh boy. It's 2 stops. We've set it up so that the first stint is going to be kind of a long one, but we can dash into the pits, you know, early if we need to, or if we want to get out of the way or what have you. And then the next 2 will be shorter ones. I figure that's pretty good. You know, we might be in a lot of traffic at the start. You know, we've got all these cars here. We might have to check up time again from crashes, things like that. So I figure we're not going to be at our fastest in the first stint anyway. So let's just, you know, that's the time to have a full fuel load. Let's get ready for the start. This guy just refuses to pull up to the pack. I hope he gets closer. I don't really want him behind me, but he won't catch up. All right, let's get it going. T1 is going to be the problem. T1 is going to be a problem, and we're going to not push our luck. And the guy next to me just won't catch the pack. I don't know what he's doing, but he's scaring me. See, I don't get that. Why he would hang so far back and scare me. If you want to drive with the guys, drive with them. Don't! Alright, so the guy who had to tow from the pits, I guess he made it. I don't know how he's only 10 seconds behind us. It seems like he should be a lap behind us, because it seems like he towed after the pace car started moving. So I'm not sure if car number 13 there, Zach, is going to be able to, if he's on the same lap or a lap down. He might be registered a lap down. Oh, feeling a little bit better today, but Not really. There's one off. Now we could take that flat, but I'm going to lift a little bit just because we're on the... we're thinking about safety. There's something missing from the screen. I don't know what it is, but there's something missing.
1 minute 40.842.
We're just happy to hang out. See how this thing pans out. Yeah, see, so Zach, he's a lap down. He got scored a lap down because something happened. He got... I don't know why, but he had to tow or got disconnected. He didn't get disconnected. I don't know what happened, but he got sent to the pits. So you hate to start out a lap down, but that's what happens. He may have actually towed, I'm not sure. And that's what it looks like. You can tow from the grid. If you want to start from the pits, you can go to the grid and then tow, but you have to do it before the pace car starts, before the timer counts down. And the timer ends as soon as all the other cars have reached the grid, so you got to do it, you know, as soon as possible. You don't want to wait till the last second to go back to the pits, because that'll put you down. Alright, people are getting closer together up there. Marion has caught somebody. Marion and Mike.
One minute 30.789.
Alright, so it looks like we've pulled away from Michael behind us. Zach is pretty much holding steady, but he doesn't really matter. He's a lap down, so hopefully we'll keep those two behind us. We'll see what happens ahead. And hopefully hopefully I can keep it going facing the right direction. Last time we were here, we had a nice little race. Unfortunately, I pulled off a pass, and in my eagerness to scoot away, I got a little thunderfooty and lost it in the boot. And that was all she wrote. No, I think I was able to continue, but pretty slowly after that. And those three cars ahead are pretty close to each other. Things might happen. Oh, Michael looks like he's had another incident behind us. He's having trouble keeping it on the road.
30.237.
Looks like we can go another 14 laps on this tank of fuel. Keep an eye on the calculator. Just make sure. We might just go 13 just to play it safe. Watkins Glen, like Road America, is one of those tracks that's a lot of fun to drive, but darn it if I just can't get a lot of speed out of it. Ooh, especially coming out of the boot like that, I was close to losing it there. Well, Uh-oh. Two people, both guys behind me just crashed. I bet they hit each other.
Minute 30.2.
I bet the guy in front, I bet Zach lost it, and I bet Michael drove into him. But who knows? I'm sure we'll see it later. The Muppet montage. Whew. Well, we're right behind car number 3. So, I mean, that's a promising thing. I mean, car number 3 is supposed to be much better than us. And if you're new to iRacing, it's the lower the car number, that supposedly is the better driver. Of course, there are many factors, you know, which car are you driving, which track you're at. So, you know, it's not always the case. Overall, yes, but on any particular day, at any particular track, in any particular car, anything can happen, and it usually does. Still. No, we're not, it's not feeling good out of that corner. Looks like we got a little bit better gas mileage that last time. Gas mileage is picking up. That's good.
Minute 30.329.
All right. Whoa. I really don't like getting on the curbs in this car. Really, a lot of the cars I drive, I don't like getting on the curbs. It's not like a GT car. These do not handle the curbs particularly well. No, they don't. We got so much power out of the wheels that... Heads up. Alright, so Marion, remember him? He was the one who started next to me on the grid. Had some kind of... Ooh. Some kind of little stutter there. Marion started next to me on the grid, P14. So something happened going into the boot. Looks like he lost about 5 seconds. Might be damaged, might not. We are kind of... Let's keep an eye on that. Because if he's damaged, the next time he tries to make a fast, sharp turn, who knows? No, he's keeping going. Okay, so he should be alright.
1 minute 31.696.
Yeah, a little slower that time, and just taking it easy into the boot. When they say heads up and you see the yellow flag going, you don't want to... Well, some people do, but you're supposed to, you know, be cautious for a reason. Yeah, so Marion's fine. He must have just spun in a little bit. Oh, I don't know. How did we gain so much back there on him? Easy does it, Spear. Boy, there's just so many spots on this track where if you're not careful, it'll bite you. Mike, number 3, has gotten by Ken.
0.418.
2 ahead. So he's moving along. This is what I mean. Marion has a good lead. ahead, but I seem to last lap at least I caught it. Maybe they just made a little mistake in the carousel. Yeah. So last lap they must have just made a mistake. They don't have any. They don't have any damage. I was like, I made up too much time there. And didn't know why. The guys behind me are having constant problems. So hopefully they can keep it together though and get the whole, well, as much of the race in as you can. But yeah, we've had those days where everything seems to go wrong. So let's see, we start at P13, we're up to P12. That's not really much movement, is it? Strangely, I've not seen anybody tow into the pits in big trouble. I would have thought there would have been more of that, frankly. But all right. Because the two guys behind me are having trouble. So I don't know how everybody else is alright. Looks like a good... Uh-oh. What happened to Michael? P13. He seems to have completely disappeared. I think maybe he crashed. I think he's in the pits. Now there was some worry that this race wasn't going to split tonight, but it did. It split into two fields.
1:30.595.
I'll tell you what, our times are perhaps not spectacular, but they are consistent. Yeah, see Michael, he's back out of the pits, but he's now a lap down. Almost back to where Zach was. It scares me coming down that hill into the boot. That's where Marion had his problem a few laps ago. Seems like forever ago now. There's the blimp, the iRacing blimp. That's its usual spot here. You always see it coming up that hill. You'd think it'd move around more, but it tends to stay there. I don't know if that's just because that's where I'm going uphill and I can see it, or if that's just where it is in the sky most of the time. Focus, Spear, focus! Don't be staring off into the sky. Don't!
1:31.295.
Alright, now that I said I was consistent, that one was actually a little slower. Well, yeah, that was going into the boot. It really felt uncomfortable, and I took an awkward line and got on the brakes a little bit more than normal. So this, I didn't want to be driving all alone. I thought I might, but I was kind of hoping not to. That's not feeling good going down there. Let's see. All right. Calculating in my head how much fuel to take. Looks like we're going to need 22 gallons. And we can't put 22 gallons in there. Right now I have it set to take 12 gallons in the first stop, and I can figure out what to do in the second stop, I guess 10.
1 minute 30.974.
Got 6 more laps. Did nobody short fill? I would have thought some people would have short filled to start this thing. Boy, was I wrong. That is not how I thought this race would go at all. Although I suppose if, you know, they start going in fairly soon. When I imagined how this race would go, this is really not what I thought.
Start spot in entry to pit road, man. We're getting close.
I thought there'd be much more argy-bargy. I thought some people would pit much sooner than now.
30.207.
None of that has happened. Quite peculiar. Which means I'm just on the same strategy as it. Which means I'm just on the same strategy as everyone else. So that's not going to work for me at all. But unfortunately, at this point,
Heads up.
uh-oh, can't look at the relative.
In front of you.
Okay, what's he gonna do? This guy's down lap already. No, no, no. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? This is not the time to, he wants to stay in front of me. All right. No, no, no. This is
Right side.
terrible.
Clear if you need it.
You do not let people pass in that corner. For no reason, ever let people pass in that corner. That is the hardest corner on the track. Coming out of the boot like that. That is a very difficult corner to pass in.
1 minute 31.666.
And when I saw him pull over in front of me, I was like, okay, you can, you know, I'll just stay behind you till the finish line. I did not want to pass him there. Because just on your own, taking the line you want to take, there's a very good chance of spinning. So having to take a different line because somebody's letting you pass, that's very difficult. I mean, if you can pull off a pass there, if you're behind somebody and you need to pass them, and you're somehow able to fake them into something there, that is probably an excellent place to pass if you can get away with it. But it is high risk. But if you like fake a move and maybe make them make a quick adjustment, you could easily get them to spin because it's such a hard place. It's just coming out. You just want to lose the back end so much. Now I can't get. Now I'm completely thrown on that corner on what to do. I wasn't taking it well before, but now I'm lost because of the last time. I mean, he's a nice guy, let me through, but it was a very awkward place. All right, well.
1 minute 30.758.
3 more laps.
Leader pit road.
All right, so leader did pit a little early. So he did take a little bit less fuel, I guess. Now, there's no way to one-stop this race. It's just not possible. Believe me, I look into that kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, I'm going to be slow. Maybe I can save me an entire pit stop. You know, save, 30, 40 seconds. Or however long everything's going to take.
Not much longer till we pit. Any opportunity you give us an update on that car, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Earl. All right, looks like Marion's making his pit stop.
1 minute 30.557.
See, Marion had a big lead on me, and it's just coming out, so it's like a 30-second swing. So if I could have made it through, with one stop, that would have been a great boon to my fortunes, but it's just not possible. Sometimes it's possible, but people have complained. I don't get it. People complained that people were fuel saving and winning the race by fuel saving, and when they didn't want to save, they just wanted to race as hard as they could. So it was changed to where now fuel saving is not very possible. I still don't grasp why you would take away a strategy, but alright. The people who complained, by the way, don't even race this car. Sometimes it's very weird, iRacing. I'm going to pit now.
Pit this time.
We had enough fuel for one more lap, but I see people in the pits now, and they're going to be coming out. And don't want them to come out right when I'm coming out, so it's just one lap early. Ken is he gonna be there? You go. Oh, there's Michael. He let us by. He's in the
Leaders
pits.
on pit road.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna come out and hit Emilio?
Go, Vigo, go, Vigo, go, 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 go.
Oh, Michael's
Good
car's
job,
broken.
Bob. Good job.
Nope, Emilio pitted. Good. Alright. Tires on. Fuel is set for our next stop. Everything's ready to go. Now the key is, when do we take our next stop? I don't know if that's a key or anything, but dang, look at that. First, second, and third are right all together behind me. All of them 15 seconds back. It's not fun for me. Now, I'm not sure when the pit window is going to open. Probably on lap 21. Actually, yeah, that's only 3 or 4 laps ahead. 3 or 4 laps away. Yeah, see, it was close to a one-stop possibility, but not close enough. You know, I couldn't. I'd have to cut. I'd have to save 4 laps, and then I'm like, no, I can't save 4 laps worth of fuel. No matter how hard I try. Oh. What happened to Mike there from, he was 7th. Maybe he pitted. So Zach is already 2 laps down. I mean, he started 1 lap down, and then he was just running behind us, so. He was. It looks like Michael's just gonna, he's out. It doesn't take. You can't get that repaired. There's the thing about IndyCars here. They are. You know right away if it's going to be fixed or not. There's no big long repairs like in a NASCAR or a GT car. It's pretty clear right away. One way or the other. Usually terminal. Now I wish I knew where P4 was. That's the problem. Because when P1, 2, and 3 come, happy enough to let P1, 2, and 3 pass, but I don't know where P4 is. If I get over after P3 passes, am I going to hit P4? That is the question. Things you must think about when being lapped. How many cars?
1 minute 30.201. About 20 laps to go.
Whoosh. Whoa. Somebody just turned off the lights. Well, you know what? I had that the other day too. The lights just suddenly change. It was like at night. It went from night to, it went from, yeah, it was like, no, that was in ATS, wasn't it? Yeah, that was in ATS. So I don't know what's going on with the lighting. One, two, three, yeah. Oh, come on.
1 minute 30.044.
So I had 10 seconds back to Scott Sims. There you go. All right. Bullet dodged. Let's see what's going to happen. Looks like it was P1 and 2 fighting, and P3 just kind of hanging back, waiting for it. I mean, yeah, that's what I would probably do is P3. You know, let 2 and 1 get into it. See what happens. Because if P3 harasses P2, and he'd distract him from trying to get past P1. Maybe those two will get into it. See Zach behind us a bit. 30 seconds. Oh boy, so really it's those three.
1 minute 31.389.
The first 3 cars. And then a gap to the next 2. P4 and 5, and then a large gap back to P6 and beyond. Last week on the oval was a lot more fun. Well, until there was trouble. Once there was trouble, it ceased to be fun. Don't.
1 minute 29.318.
Whoosh.
Left side. Clear.
Yeah, so P6 is another more than 30 seconds back. All right, so the pit window is open. Anytime I choose, I could make my second and final stop. But I think I might as well just put it off. As long as we can. Let's see, how many more laps do we got in us? 6 or so? Well, we're really close to not 6.
1 minute 30.097.
So it might just be 5. The steering wheel feels a little strange. I'm not sure if it's on as tight as it could be. I should probably stop pulling at it to check how tight it is. Just in case. You know, everything works itself loose. Boy, especially after driving the Lotus 79, it bounces around the rig so much. I find myself from time to time tightening all the screws. All the bouncing just loosens it up.
Start spotting that entrance.
I'm spotting it. After the first round of pit stops, I don't know what people are doing for strategies. Are they? It seemed like most people did a long first stint. I don't know what they're... You could have gone long, and splash at the end, which I don't really think makes sense in an IndyCar, but... Oh man, that was scary. So I'm worried that if I do stop, or when I do stop, that I might be behind some people who haven't stopped yet. I can't look at that. Mike Holmes has finally disconnected. Oh boy. Blue flag, blue flag. Where are you going, Emilio? Some people take that corner so wide. It doesn't appear that it's saving them any time at all, though.
Left side.
Whoosh.
Clear.
Alright, so we got a big gap behind. So it would have been lovely if we just had a lot of fuel here so we could just keep driving here, but we're running out of fuel quickly.
Leaders on pit road.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Long, short, short. Just like me. Me and the leader, same strategy. Slightly different results. Well, hello, Marion. What's going on there? Did Marion have a huge incident or a pit stop? That is the question. And it's impossible to know. There's different apps that say things. Like when I'm watching some of my friends race, a lot of them have
Keep an eye on that fuel pressure light for me.
different apps that'll talk to them and tell them things about people if they have incidents and stuff, but they're often misleading, sometimes just downright wrong. So I don't use any of that stuff. And you know what, before Bastian catches us, we're gonna pit this lap because he was the former leader. We'll get out of his way. All right, You ready to go? I'm ready to go. We're all ready to go. Fuel into the end. Come on, guys. Come on, Oreo guys.
Go man, go. Go man, go.
Go, man, go. We're
Good
gone.
job, pit crew.
Uh-oh, we're going to come up with Jason. I do mean with. We'll lift up a bit. Jason still has to make a second stop, though, so.
Clear.
But see, that was what I was worried about when I was making my stop. Remember, I said I'm worried I'll come up behind people who haven't made their stop yet, and they might be somewhat slower. Oh. But I do like the two-stop races. I just wish it was possible to do them in one. The F1 series we did this season, they had a race where it was two stops or one stop. And that was great. People were like, is that guy on a two-stop or a one-stop? You know, you couldn't tell what everybody was doing. You know, he's ahead of me now. Does he need to stop again? Things like that. It was really very interesting. You know, you need that strategy element. So even though I've got fresher tires, the cars around me have a lot less fuel. I really like doing the open races. Well, one, they really mimic the real life series, road, oval, and street courses, and the races are much longer too.
1 minute 29.799. 10 laps to go.
I guess they don't do the longer races on the ovals because there's so many cautions. They would the fixed series. Maybe it might take too long, but I love longer races. I think it really pays off for safety and strategy. You know, it's not everything doesn't have to be a sprint, and you gotta get a result now. What did we say? You lose about 30 seconds in the pits? But I guess this is kind of interesting. If you're looking at the standings now, you don't know who's been in there. Well, I don't know who's been in there twice. Although I guess caps on screen here shows who's been in there
1 minute
for you guys watching. You can see when people made their last pit stop. I think you can see that. I don't have that information. I'm going to guess the leader has not made his second stop. I'm going to say that's a pretty good guess. Now, I took tires my second stop, but I had considered not doing it. Just because there was, you know, a limited amount of time left. It was almost, you know, like, could have been one stop except for like 4 laps, but I figured the time it's going to take and the freshness of the tires would be worth it, so figured new tires both times would be better. But I could see some people not taking tires on the second stop. If they went the full distance on the first stop on the one set, they could just stretch out the tires just that little bit more. Might shave you a few seconds if you're that close to somebody. I think Jerry and Jason ahead both need to stop. Which makes me think Mike behind, and yeah, Jason and Jerry both stopped, of course. Maybe they were already in there when I said that. I wasn't looking, I was just thinking.
1:29.913.
I know the leader back, yeah. I'm pretty sure Mike needs to stop too behind me. Although I'm not entirely sure on that. I think he does. Don't hold me to it. Well, I gotta say, this race was mostly just a Sunday drive in upstate New York. Didn't really get a chance to battle with anybody. But knock on wood, so far 0x. We wanted to get our safety back up. We always like to get seat time in the car. Yeah, Mike pitted. Alright.
We're going to pit probably in the next 4 to 5 laps.
Yeah, the race is over in 5 laps, man. Yeah, you know, it's always good to have seat time, and it's in an actual race too. Because practice and race, you're thinking different, your mind is working different. You know, so you want to actually be in a race. where things really count and things matter. Because we got the IndyCar, or the iRacing IndyCar series coming up. That's one where they match the real, just like their NASCAR series, they match the real world tracks as best they can. They don't have all the tracks yet. Why are P10 and 11 in the pits? They should not be in the pits. They've already made their stops. And they are still in the pits.
1 minute 29.7. 5 to go this time.
All right. P10. I'm going to guess 11 and 12 had it coming together. They were a few seconds away from each other the last time I saw them. The last time I saw their times. And I guess, you know, one of them spins, the other one gets into them. So things are happening. Keeping it on the road, pointing in the right direction. But yeah, that iRacing IndyCar series, it's going to be starting up about a month? 5 weeks? So that'll be something to look forward to. And we'll be doing those races. So yeah, that's why it's good to have seat time, just to get used to the car, driving the car, know what the car does. Watkins Glen isn't on the schedule, but you know, just driving the car anywhere. Actually, I don't know what the schedule is going to be yet, because the tracks they don't have, I believe they're going to replace with something similar, whatever that may be. Like they don't have Toronto, but they might replace that with Milwaukee. P9.
1 minute 30.2.
Not Milwaukee, Montreal. I was thinking of Milwaukee because I have a league race in Milwaukee this weekend. So Toronto, which is a street circuit, they might replace with Montreal, which is very similar in ways to a street circuit. So there you go. Okay, so we started P13. We're currently P9. We've got P6 and 7 behind us. I don't know where P8 is. Oh, P8 was Michael? I think it was Michael, yeah. He started somewhat in front of us, so but we're not going to be able to catch him without assistance. Of course, that's kind of how we got up to P9. 2 to go this time by. I do say we've been pretty consistent with 130s. I recall 130. Well, we had to let people pass. So without letting people pass, I recall 131 and a few 29s, but
White flag.
other than that. Of course, I might be wrong. Let's see. What they say, my fastest lap, 129, 152. That was on lap, hold on. I should probably not be looking at this while I'm driving, but hey. It was on lap 24. I think that was right before my second stop. No, that would have been right after, wouldn't it? I don't know. Yeah, that would have been right before my second stop. White flag.
1 minute 30.044. Hit this time, hit this time, hit this time.
I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna chance it that I can go that extra 30 yards. I wish they'd fix that. So we could get P8 if Mike has some kind of huge problem. But I'm gonna guess he's already past start finish and we're stuck into P9. Well, there you go. Start at P13. Car number 10. Finish P9. Of course, our goal is always to finish ahead of our car number, which we did, but I don't think we're gonna be. I don't think that's a very good result. I would have hoped for more. And, well, I would have liked to have seen more, but at least when I said in the beginning that I thought there'd be some argy-bargy, we did lose 3 cars late. I thought there would be more than just those 3. The 2 that crashed early, I kind of assumed they would crash early, but the other 3, I thought there might be more than that. But I guess it's a pretty small field. There's only 14 cars to start with, so you know you don't get the same amount as you do if there's 20, 25 cars. There'd be a lot more argy-bargy.
Okay, check the flag, man.
That is a checker flag. So there you go.
Alright, dog, you did a great job, man. You guys did a great job on that car, too.
Thanks, Earl. See, that's why I like Earl. And this spotter pack, the Jimmy Johnson spotter pack, that it's more positive than some of the other spotter packs that you get that are available. You know, some of them will cuss at you and scream at you and yell at you. But every driver responds to a different kind of spotter. You know, it's really a team where the spotter is there to get the most out of the driver. And some drivers, then you need to yell at them. You need to get them mad and riled up and going. But me, I always respond better to positive reinforcement. I don't think we're going to make it back to the pits. I probably could, but come on, you're watching a video. You don't want to see me go 3 miles an hour. Oh, this is where we passed that guy. He was way out here. He gave me plenty of room, but I was just freaking out when that happened. All right. B9. Woohoo! That seemed all right. Did that seem all right? Well, it's kind of a lonely race. Let's go ahead and check out the Muppet montage. Here's the start. Let's get rid of the laps. Spear just minding his own business. There I am. And then Marion behind me. I don't know what he was doing, but all right. First one. Oh, Mike, this is that. Oh, yeah, that was right at the start. That was right at the start when Mike went off, and he never came back to catch us. Lap 3, the next one. Zach here. Yeah, see? That was coming out of the boot. 2 cars spun coming out of the boot. 1, 2. That's what happens. Ooh, that guy hit the wall. Another one. This guy. Oh, Mike. Yeah, he hit the wall there. Oh, and this is Zach and Mike. They were the ones that were so far back, and they kept going further back. Yeah, see, they both spun coming out of the boot. That is a very tough corner to get right. So that's why I didn't want to pass that guy in there. Nothing went on there. All right. Jerry and Jason look like they were together the whole race. There's Mike again. Way off in one. Whoa. Whoa! We got to see that again. That was an amazing save, and then he blew it. We got to see that again. So he comes in way too high, goes way wide, slides it, drifts it, gets it going, spins it, right, go, oh, and then pulls, and then boom, right in the wall. After he did that 360, I thought he was going to get away with it. Liam, I believe Liam won the race. I don't see anything wrong there. A lot of it will be coming out of one. Are they just hitting the curb too much there and getting a 0x? Michael, uh-oh. Is that me behind him? No, that was somebody else, but I come up here in just a second. He'll spin. He'll start driving. Oof! What? What? Oh. That's not what you wanted to do, and here I come. Duh! That's where I got by. I should have let it go. Zach had a mare. Oh, you need a new wing, dude. Oh, right in front of the leaders, too. Not good. Scott? Oh! No! Who was that? Scott and Vashon. That's tough. Oh, why am I on Liam again? What did I do? I must have done something wrong. There you go. Scott and Liam. Or Scott and Vashon. And Scott goes right in the pits. That's no fun. Scott never recovered from that. Marion and Zach. Oh! Zach slows down way too much. Michael in front of another car did not let him go through and got punted for it. Listen, I'm a back marker, so I know this. If you are a slow back marker, you have to let people by before a turn. Otherwise, they're going to kill you. Yes, I know it's not your fault. Well, technically, it is your fault, but they're not supposed to hit you. But they're going to hit you. Trust me on that. You will get hit if you are slow in front of a very fast car. That's not... I learned that the hard way, trust me. It's what's going to happen, and to avoid that, you got to let people go by on straights. You can't try to stay in front of them, even for one corner, because things happen. Better to be slower and alive than crashing out. And that's when I passed Thales. He had that big moment. This is only lap 20. He had another moment after this. Yeah, because I didn't get him till lap 35 or so. Oh wow! So that would have been a second stop. That's in the window for a second stop, so that was all right with him. But yeah, when you're a back marker, you really got to look out. You really got to think. It's better to survive than to get punted. Trust me. Scott, after his earlier thing, is he just going to hit the curbs or the grass? Yeah, just some curbs there. And maybe some grass there. Marion coming out of the pits. Not good when you... Oh, I think he went on the grass and then he went into the walls. Oh! Okay. Yeah, it's going to necessitate another stop. Yeah. Ken? Yep. See, there were two of them side by side. I said, whoever he was racing with, if you can make it go, the other guy will likely spin or do something crashy, because it's very difficult to go 2x2 in there. This is where I got him. Lap 33 fails. He just went the last... Oh my... Come on. Well, that wasn't really fair, was it? He wasn't going very fast at all. Well, nope. I take that back. He was kind of going pretty fast. So speed down there, 70 miles an hour. So it didn't look like he was going that fast, but he was going pretty fast. And then his car he's done. Yeah. That's when I got 9th. Marion. Oh. Off in the last corner, and he took out Ken. Yep, Ken. Yep. See, I thought that's what happened. I said the guy in front probably spun, and the other guy crashed. That happens a lot. That's how I got those. He was still trying to. Yeah, I saw him as I was catching him as he just trying to keep on going. But look at that car. Yeah, no, you're never gonna beat me. I was catching him hand over fist in the times. And last lap. That might have been the warm slow down. No, that was 36. Oh, wait, that was only lap 36. Fails. Yeah, just give it up, dude. Yeah, that's it. I think he might have even got disqualified. Jason, a little wide. I've lost it there going too far wide. That's why, if you notice in the carousel, I was not going out as wide as, oh, Liam. Dang. And he won the race? Liam, we've seen you have some moments. Oh, no, he eventually finished 4th. Oh, the last time I saw him, he was leading, and then he had all these moments. Oh, my goodness, Liam. That was the last lap, too, there, and he must have lost another position. Wow. And that was it. Yeah, Liam went from first to at the end of the race. Well, that's just 2 more X there for you, dude. He was angry. I'm sure he's very angry because he was winning the race. And finished P4 because of those last lap incidents. And the winner would be Vastian. Can we get a picture of him winning? There you go. Vastian Kotov won by 6.4 seconds, though he did have that incident with Scott Sims. So, there was that. Pit lane? Nope. TV2? TV3? Well, that's all we got. Sorry, can't get a better picture of you. All right, so that was a really fun race. We had a lot of fun with that, I guess. I do like driving it, even though I'm not very good at it. Started P13, finished P9, made up 4 positions from 4 accidents. So. I mean, there was that. I don't know, but it is a great track to drive and a lot of fun. Well, all right. Well, thanks for watching. This is The Spear. Why don't you, if you're still here, you know you want to give out a sub. You probably already did, or check out one of these other videos. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Spear and iRacing.